So we're here at the Radisson Hotel in Manchester with Eddie Chambers. First of all, Eddie, you're of course part of the Fury camp. Tyson was supposed to fight Derek Chisora. What has this week been like since Derek was announced as injured?
Well, it's been tough. You know, from the beginning of the week when we found out, we kind of was expecting for this to go off. Obviously, training for 3 months, working really hard for one style, and then all of a sudden something pulling out like this, it kind of throws a little bit of a monkey wrench in what we planned on doing. But being in the kind of shape that we're in, and Tyson, I can speak for him for sure, to tell you that we're in tremendous shape. Being that you're a world-class fighter, things like this happen, you have to be prepared to deal with maybe an opponent change. And I think he's more than capable of handling work on Saturday.
And you mentioned that, but what is it like when an opponent pulls out? What is it like when an opponent pulls out in the last minute or before a fight?
Oh, it gets a little bit of trouble, especially when you're prepared to fight a big fight like that was between Tyson and Derek. And then you pull out, and it's like, okay, there's a big letdown. It's you know, you're not as up for it as you would have been, and then they put another opponent in. It's kind of like, wait a minute, who is this guy? What is he about? We didn't really have time to train for him. But that's where the fighters are. That's where the real fighters say, hey, you know what the hell? Let's go on in and take this bout and just show them what I'm really made of. And I think that's in this camp, that's how we are anyway. That's one thing I've learned since I've been here. There's no games. If you're capable, physically capable of getting in there, you won't get in.
And in terms of Tyson, this is the third fight that hasn't happened. So David Haye pulled out twice, Derek now. Do you think we could see Tyson take on Derek in the future?
I mean, it's always a possibility, but when you look at things like that, pulling out late and this and that, it kind of makes it like, do I even want to waste my time training for another 3 months? Because with the way we train, we don't play games. Anytime you get ready, you get a fight schedule, we respect every fighter as their world champion. So when you get in that camp, there is no turning back. So if you're going to hear some Johnny come and say, oh, I'm sorry, I hurt my hand, you can't fight again. Really? Again? You want to waste a whole 3 months for that? When I could be training for something bigger? I think not. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that he won't, but what I would be interested in if I was Tyson and him, you know, we were part of the same camp, we had the same interests for each other. So, obviously, I would say go for that title.
And you mentioned the titles, but there's a couple of guys across the pond. In Canada, you've got Stavern in the heavyweight division. In America, you've got Wilder. Do you think there could be opponents Tyson could go for?
Possibilities. Wilder's probably more likely, you know, for the title if I was Tyson. And if I was Stavern, you want to make the best possible matchup for the fans as well as the biggest grossing kind of fight. And I think Tyson, being the star that he is, and he draws a lot of attention in a lot of different ways, which is a good thing for boxing, especially. We need this, so I think that would be his most likely his opponent. I mean, if it was me, I would be looking for that as well. The best challenge, plus the best money, the best interest, the most interest you can get. Why not?
Definitely. And of course, you're fighting on Saturday night. How much do you know about your opponent and how preparation's been going for yourself?
I mean, I know he fought Tyson a little while back. He's not a pushover kind of guy. He's not one of those guys you get in and you've got to guarantee. He's a good puncher, a big, tough Brazilian guy. Doesn't come. He's not coming to lose. He's coming to, you know, like strike for gold. You know what I mean? And I just got to be 100% prepared, which I am. We train, you know, actually probably 150% prepared, to be honest, for anyone. So, you know, and being that I had a look at him, understand really what he's about. He's a little raw, but at the same time very dangerous. And those are the kind of fighters you got to prepare tenfold for, and that's what I've done.
And how many more times can we see you out before the end of the year, heading into next year? And who are some potential opponents for yourself?
To be honest, I don't look at any specific person, you know, opponent-wise or whatever. It's just chance for me. It's like one thing Tyson was saying. I'm one of those guys that, look, just tell me who it is, and I say, okay, well, let me take a look and let's go. I've never opponents, ever in my life. I've never said, oh, give me that guy. Oh, give me that guy. Oh, give me that guy. Listen, I fought Vladimir Klitschko in 2010 when I could have said, well, let me fight this guy first, or let me fight that guy first, or let me fight this titleist, or let me talk stuff to this one here, and then pull out, and then fight this other guy. You know what I mean? I didn't do that. I just said, look, give me whoever's ever. Because if I fight them now, I get the toughest ones out the way first, then it's easy on the back end, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? For me, it just doesn't matter. Bring a guy that's willing, and I'll fight him.
Definitely. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
No problem.